Welcome to the SNN Network Summer Virtual Event. We are pleased to introduce the next presenter for today's event, Frank Ingrandi, President of International Land Alliance. Frank, the floor is yours.
Hello. Thank you for taking time to attend our presentation here. You should all be seeing the first slide of a deck. We're going to be getting possibly an updated version uploaded here, but we could go from here. I'll start off with a little bit of history about International Land Alliance. It was formed in 2013 and took to the over-the-counter market, taken public by Jason Sunstein and Roberto Valdez. I've been in touch with them for many years. My company was 25% of our company, Rancho Costa Verde, was recently acquired by International Land Alliance. We've been co-developers in the northern Baja California area now for many years. I've been personally involved in residential real estate in that area for retirement homes, second homes, getaway homes for 20 years. My partners and I, primarily my partners, are the sales and marketing arm of Rancho Costa Verde. Have sold over $500 million in real estate in that area over the last 20 years. I've been involved in it for 20 years. Rancho Costa Verde was created in 2008. I've been in touch with, like I had mentioned before, with Roberto Valdez and Jason for many years. Recently, we were able to come to a joint venture agreement where there was a 25% acquisition of Rancho Costa Verde by International Land Alliance. At that time, they appointed me president of the company. The first order of events was to bring in a $2 million funding, which we just closed on recently, and that is going to, the use of proceeds for that $2 million is to upgrade all of our International Land Alliance projects to the point to where we could commence sales at each one. That is bringing in entry roads, entryways, clubhouses, amenities, model homes, and entitlements to the point to where we could actually transfer title and real estate interest to purchasers. So you're looking at our first slide. I thought I'd give you a little bit of background on who I am, what International Alliance is, and I'll just go through to the next slide. We can just work off of this one. Those are just forward-looking statements. As I mentioned, International Land Alliance is focused primarily on real estate, residential real estate, and commercial real estate in the northern Baja California area, both sides of the coast of Baja California, all driving distance to San Diego. Our offices, my office is in La Jolla, in San Diego. One of our projects is just 1 hour south of where I am. Same view of the Pacific Ocean, just an hour south. Move to the next slide. So what International Land Alliance is focused on has been acquiring land, again in the northern Baja California area, currently for residential real estate, retirement homes, second homes, getaway homes. Like I mentioned before, it's right in line with what I've been doing down there for the last 20 years, specifically since 2008 with our own development, Rancho Costa Verde. And the market is California, and it's a nice real estate market right now. Over the last 2020 was an interesting year. We did modify our sales and marketing. We had to actually pause it for a little while for Rancho Costa Verde, and we regrouped, modified our processes to, instead of doing group presentations and group sales presentations, we did informational dinner seminars to educate people about property in Mexico, specifically our developments and all. We did them in group settings. We had to stop that. And also each week we had a luxury motor coach take groups of prospects to actually tour the project. And we had to pause it for a while and through 2020, and we regrouped. We went to more of a digital platform of educating people for our real estate agents that are working with our customers, prospects, sending them online URLs for them to look at. It's worked out very well. And when we delved into sales, when we came back up to do sales this year, we moved with, instead of doing our motor coach every weekend, we had people drive down to the project. And what the net result was, it created lower marketing costs and a higher closing percentage. So it actually turned out to be a new process for us, and we'll be bringing everything that we've learned to the International Land Alliance projects. So it was a good exercise to go through. It actually turned out okay. The market overview for Northern Baja, again, the primary motives for people, whether it's a full-blown retirement home move, full-time residence, or a second home, or a getaway home, it's about the affordability and value. Like I said, I'm sitting in La Jolla, California. Real estate price is pretty high there, about as high as you could get. And for starting in the millions, 1 hour south, we get our two-bedroom villa overlooking a couple fairways at the Pacific Ocean are priced right around $200,000 as opposed to millions. So whether it's a full-time residence for retirement or just moving there, some people could even commute from there to San Diego, or a second home or a getaway home, it's usually about the value and what your dollar gets you in Mexico. One of the benefits is that, again, it's driving distance to the United States. On our West Coast projects, they're 1 hour from the border, or less than an hour. On the East Coast of Baja California, near San Felipe, if you happen to look at a map, we're about 2 hours north, and you're in the United States. So that's attractive to a long-term resident. It's drive-to destination from California. And the thing is that the land prices are low, the labor is low, and all of that gets passed on, and living costs are 1/4 of what they are here. So it becomes very attractive as California, which is our primary market. Pricing of real estate and living costs just either get out of reach for someone that might want a beachfront home, it's multi-millions, or for someone that's hitting retirement and maybe has a certain amount saved up and a fixed income. We've seen the motivations the same across the board, to have beachfront living or beach view living for a retirement, to where someone would actually, who's on a fixed income, might see themselves outliving their money, which is kind of scary for some people, or for someone that's pretty well-to-do and all, but they just, beachfront property in California is out of their reach, but it becomes affordable where we are. So there's the motivations, across the board there. It's the same one. We're U.S. gated community, on the beach, driving distance to the U.S. with the same God-given amenities that we have here in California. Currently, the projects of International Land Alliance are primarily residential. We do have plans to move into commercial real estate and hotel properties also. That's future. Rancho Costa Verde does operate currently a 12-unit hotel on site for their resident use before they build properties. So we do have something currently in the hotel area. It's a completely off-grid property with all the luxuries of any type of hotel that you have here with the swimming pools and whatever amenities that a hotel has. Again, under sales and marketing, on the west side of Baja California and the northern Baja California, driving distance to San Diego, you've got the Rosarita Beach area, which we fall under that area. We're just south of Rosarita Beach. It's a very mature real estate market. There's a lot of real estate brokers that are cross-border that will be bringing prospects to us. So that's a pretty mature market there. We've got a lot of marketing channels available to us there. However, on the other side, and also what Rancho Costa Verde brings to the table for International Land Alliance is our marketing arm, which is we are affiliated, our two partners, business partners in Rancho Costa Verde have a real estate brokerage firm with right around 50 agents that work directly for us. And as we ramp down out of selling Rancho Costa Verde, which should be sold out over the next few years, we will be ramping up with the International Land Alliance properties. And sorry, we just flipped screens here. Okay, so like I said, we've been selling property in the northern Baja California area for 20 years. $500 million worth of property sold. At Rancho Costa Verde, we have 1,200 home sites currently. We've sold 900. We're into the construction side now. What we do is we sell home sites to people first, and then we build custom homes after that. And really what we've seen also with this, I don't know what the entire U.S. real estate market is, but I do pay attention closely to California. And there is a lot of demand, more so than supply, in California right now for real estate, and that has come over to the border to us. We've seen a real spike in requests for construction for our existing home site owners, and also we are seeing an awful lot of interest in property. It's as good as it's ever been, and we have just begun our sales and marketing back since being paused for this pandemic that we've been experiencing. And again, this slide, I got ahead of myself a little bit. On our sales technology platform, that is something that we have that's in process right now. And it is very state-of-the-art with current technology, online presentations, videos, the electronic brochures that we're able to push out to people. And it's working out very well. It's something to where what we do in the sales and marketing process is educate people before they get down. So we're not crossing that bridge about ownership of in Mexico while they're there on property. We try to cover all of that education before we get down there. And the technology platforms that we are using right now work very well for that. I think I've covered most of our development strategy here with what International Land Alliance has done. Their projects are located in high demand areas. One down just right south of Rosarita Beach, which is ocean view, very close to the ocean, just a stone's throw away. All very nice ocean view properties. We build nice villas for people there. Right on the other side of the Highway 1 in Mexico, our Valle Divino property is a vineyard winery-based project. It's an extension of the Valle de Guadalupe, which is wine country for Baja California and really all of Mexico. there's 186 wineries there, and when you're driving through, you see, for people that don't know that there's wine country in Mexico, you would think you would be in Central Coast California, to Napa or the Temecula area of San Diego County. It's beautiful, and our property is just an extension of the Valle de Guadalupe, and our project there will be a vineyard winery-based real estate development, and it is. And we're over the next 6 months we will be developing that project and bringing it to the point to where we can perform active sales, as well as our Oasis project, which is just south of the Rancho Costa Verde development. So I'm actually heading down there today to meet with the builder that is going to be putting in our entry road access, the clubhouse, our first model home there, and our gatehouse and entryway. And that is going on. We'll be breaking ground by the end of this month on that project, and we expect that within 6 months we'll be able to be doing sales. Rancho Costa Verde will be ramping up sales at that time at Oasis for International Land Alliance, while it continues to sell out its property, which is 10 minutes away. And again, this slide here is the areas of the real estate, perfect setting, top quality construction, and attractive design that blends with the flavor of Mexico. We bring the U.S. basically owned development, gated communities there, and we keep with the design and the flavor of Mexico with our architecture. And on this growth timeline, and I think I might have covered that a little bit already, our process on most of our projects is to develop and sell residential home sites, and then build custom homes for people after that, and bringing in other amenities to the projects, which and also separate from the projects for hotel and spa. And then our stage 4, which we are just delved into, the acquisition of completed projects in northern Baja California. Rancho Costa Verde falls under that category. We've already jumped to stage 4, and we have a lot of other opportunities in that area. Okay, current management. Roberto Valdez was one of the initial co-founders. He's CEO, chairman. I'm under him, president. I'll be focusing more on the development of each of the individual projects. That's where my recent experience is, and bringing sales and marketing for all of the projects through Rancho Costa Verde. This is a new slide. Jason Sunstein, he is the one responsible for bringing this company public, setting up all of the financing, and he was an initial co-founder, very involved in the process also. Monica Gonzalez, Director of Operations, and Michael Cressy and Robert Rios are my partners in Rancho Costa Verde. Again, they are, I think that is what Roberto and Jason had their eye on right there in the acquisition of Rancho Costa Verde, because those are the two professionals that have been responsible for overseeing the sales of in the sales volume of 500 million plus in the last 20 years, right in northern Baja California, and I've worked closely with them. I've got my history of being business partners with them. We work very well together, and I'm looking forward to having them and their sales a team, be involved in all of the International Land Alliance projects. Exciting. So. And again, these are our projects listed, valuations. You'll see the gap value. Those are acquisition costs. Appraised value include over time and improvements that we've done to the properties. You know, when you have a raw land, it's valued at one thing. When you start the entitlement process and you have your densities figured out, the master plan overlaid, the value increases substantially. Valle Divino, that's the project that I had mentioned, is the extension of the wine country in northern Baja California, the Valle de Guadalupe. And this is just a little bit of a description of what that is. Planned, it's 20 acres. We'll be expanding that. We'll be putting in our winery, vineyard, clubhouse, some hotel units there to serve for marketing and sales purpose, and also for owner use before their homes are built. And 250 residential lots, some commercial lots there also. Emerald Grove Estates is our one property that's in the United States. It's 80 acres, just on the other side of Temecula, which is the wine country of San Diego. We've got a 7,000 square foot home on the top of a mountain there that serves as an event center. We're in the process of upgrading that home to house corporate retreats, small concerts and weddings and things along those lines. We also have a joint venture it comes with 80 acres. There's a lot of acreage around that property, and we've done a joint venture with on a real estate transaction with hemp and CBD growing company here in the area. And it's a real estate transaction for International Land Alliance, but the way we've structured it is that we get to take advantage of the opportunities that are in that new emerging industry without really having to get into it ourselves. And as I mentioned, I come from Rancho Costa Verde, so one of the original founders there. That's a picture of our clubhouse a little while back. Again, 1,100 acres. We sell quarter-acre home sites starting at $22,500. Building costs they've gone up a little bit since this slide just because of materials. We're now at $88 a square foot, but you're all in with a solar system for $100 a square foot, which keeps the value. And we do have residents living there full-time, and an awful lot of people that use it as a second home, and many that call it home right now. And that is what we expect and plan for all of the International Land Alliance projects. So with that, I'll go to the Q&A tab and see if we have any questions. We have enough time to take some questions. So if anybody wants to type one in. I've got 3 questions here. Okay, since everybody cannot see this, major inflection point for internet. What is an external catalyst, if it happens, would result in a major inflection point for ILA? For internet, I mean, if it happens, I think it's public knowledge that we are. We just recently closed on our first funding to bring all of our properties to the point to where we could generate revenue. The additional external catalyst is that we're in the process of uplisting to NASDAQ and doing another capital raise. So that would create a major inflection point for International Land Alliance when that happens. Time frame we're looking at is 6 to 9 months to accomplish that. Another question: what is the nearest public or private airport? For our northern Baja California West Coast properties, you have 2 major airports that are within an hour drive. That's San Diego Airport and also Tijuana Airport. So those are the 2 major commercial airports for the West Coast properties. The San Felipe is 30 miles north of our projects on the east coast of Baja California. It's private. There have been commercial flights through Seaport Airlines in the past. That company had it was a small airline that had some. I think it had some flights that were concentrated in the South, Pacific Northwest, and then right around Southern California and into Burbank, San Diego, San Felipe, and El Centro. But they stopped running all of their flights for some reason. But we do expect commercial flights to come back to San Felipe. So that's just 30. But there's private airport with full custom services operating right now 30 miles north of our projects on the east side of Baja. The state of Baja California just recently took over the concession for that airport, and they are actively working on attracting commercial flights to that area, to that airport. I don't have any other questions right now. We've got a few more minutes left if somebody has another question. Oh, I see one. Okay. The weather's great down there. By the way, it's East Coast is mid-90s in the daytime. In the summer, it's really nice climate throughout the rest of the year, and 70s, sunny. It's perfect for the solar area. And then the weather on the east coast of on the west coast of Baja. Same as San Diego. So I don't think you could get too much better than that. And I don't see any other questions, so I guess we could close this up. And I appreciate everybody that came in to listen to our presentation. And we're available to answer any questions offline as time progresses.
Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the International Land Alliance presentation. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect.